Oh my goodness, I think I'm live. I'm hoping for no technical difficulties. I'm Verna from Stampin' Notes. Welcome to my studio. It's nice to have you here. It is Monday, January 2nd, 2023. We're moving right along. And it's hard to believe it's a new year. Welcome. I have some beautiful cards to share with you featuring a new bundle from the new mini catalog. And this is the new mini catalog right here. If you don't have one and you would like one, message me or email me at vernastamps@gmail.com. I'd be happy to send you one. And the little celebration catalog. It goes live the 5th, which I believe is Thursday. Yes. And you can order. Now, if you're a demonstrator, you can order right now. And so it's a lot of fun to see the new products. And actually, this is a product I'm featuring for the January Sweet Notes Card Club. I'll give you a sneak peek. There's a couple of the cards. Aren't they pretty? So you make actually 8 cards, 2 each of 4 different designs, and you get everything you need to make them. You have the option to buy the bundle or just a stamp set or neither. And you get priority shipping, a free PDF tutorial on video tutorial, and about $20 to $24 worth of product. So lots of goodies there, and I'm going to have my registration up for that pretty soon. But first, we're going to make some cards. I'm going to introduce that to you a little bit. And if you want to get these cards free that I'm showing you tonight, the kit's free, you just have to place an order of $35 or more in my online store using the host code I'll show you in a minute. And I will send you the kits to make 2 of each. So you get kits for 6 cards. And it will include the ribbon, anything that's die cut. I won't do the punching because that would be you can get the bundle, the punch we're going to use tonight. But any of the die cuts, the paper, the ribbon. And then if your order is $50 or more, I will send you the gems also that we're using tonight. So anyways, Happy New Year. Hi, Anne, Rosalie. Yeah, it's been a beautiful day here in Western New York, and I hope it's been nice where you are. I hope you're well. I'm going to go ahead and turn the screen down, and these are the cards we're going to make tonight. And I'm going to set them aside a minute. And I'm going to tell you the measurements tonight as I go along, but if you want the PDF tutorial, the official PDF tutorial, then that's also included in placing an order in my online store of $35 or more. If you're on my team, that tutorial will be uploaded for you, and it's on our Facebook page, Sweet Stampin' Chicks. And also, what else was I going to say? Oh, that's good until midnight next Monday evening. So this is the host code, RDQWHGA7, that you want to use at checkout. And if when you place your order, and I will also have a link that you can just click on. It will already have this host code embedded in it, and you don't even have to worry about it. And I'll post that below this post on Facebook and in my YouTube channel description. Okay, so winner for commenting and sharing last week is Carla Sarosh. And Carla, I do not know. I apologize if I'm not saying your last name right, but you are the winner of some gems. So just message me or you can email me at vernastamps@gmail.com and I will send you those beautiful gems. And thank you so much. So if you comment and share, you can be put into a drawing for a beautiful package of gems. Okay, and that doesn't have anything to do with the gems that you can get if you order the $50, if you place a $50 order this week. That would be these new gems here. Sorry about the glare, but they're pastel adhesive backed sequins, and they come in this suite, the Country Bouquet Suite in the new catalog. And if your order that you place with me this week is $50 or more, then I'll send you not only the free kits, but a pack of these gems and the tutorial. Okay, so let's get started. I want to show you the designer series paper in the suite first. We're using some of this tonight. This is a Country Gingham designer series paper, and I've been using it so it's kind of cut up, but sweet sorbet color, and it's all different kinds of checks and ginghams. And this is comes as 6x6 paper. There's sweet sorbet and there's petal pink. And then if you turn it over, there's that beautiful balmy blue gingham and there's mint macaron too. And you can see, I think there's like 4 different patterns of kind of gingham patterns. A really pretty paper. And this is the Country Gingham Designer Series paper. And then also in that suite is this paper here. And this is really chopped up, but I want to show it to you. This is so pretty. And this is Country Floral Lane. So there's the balmy blue. There's this beautiful petal pattern here. And these are 12 by 12 sheets. There's a sweet sorbet, and there's a blue on the back of that. And, I didn't see your note about problems with your computer till just now, and I can talk to you afterwards, but must be you got it fixed, so that's good. There's this cute pattern with the bicycles, and then blue on the back of that. And I love this. This sheet here goes with the punch. So you just basically put, this is called the Country Bouquet Punch. You basically put your punch in over this pattern. See if I can show you. Just like that, and you can punch that beautiful design out. Isn't that cool? And there's red stripes on the back, and there's a little more right here. Here's another piece. This has the mint macaron, petal pink on the back. So just gorgeous paper. So this is the one that's going to be featured in the December or January card club. But I'm going to use some of that tonight. So we'll get started here. And we're going to start with a piece of basic white cardstock. I better open my tutorial and make sure I'm telling you the right measurements. And this is thick, basic white cardstock, which is right here. And you're either going to score it or fold it in half. It's 8.5 by 5.5. And I'm just going to burnish that with my bone folder. Yeah, and what's great about this bundle, the punch and the stamp set. Oh, I didn't show you the stamp set. This is a stamp set. It's only $37.75 for the stamp set and the punch. And it will be available for you to order Thursday. If you're not a demonstrator, you can order this Thursday. So it has great sentiments in it. You could use this for birthday or Valentine's Day. Just wanted to say, with love, I love you, for you, I love that we are friends. Happy Valentine's Day. And then this has this gorgeous heart, flowers and hearts, and then the floral, the leaves, and some little hearts, a striped heart, and attached small heart, so that if you stamp them, you can punch them out together. And let me show you what that, this is, I stamped. Now this is our different heart punch here, but you can see this is the stamp, the floral image, and then it's 2 steps. You stamp the floral image and then you stamp the greenery. And then I took the floral image and the hearts I stamped in petal pink, but then I took a marker and made the hearts red. So just to show you what this 2-step stamp here does. All right, so we're gonna take our card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're just gonna burnish that again and make sure that's nice and flat. Then we have a piece of basic white that's 5 1/4 by 4. And I've embossed this with a Pretty Flower embossing folder. It's from the annual catalog. Thought I had it over here to show you, but I am not seeing it at the moment. But I don't know if you can see that it's a floral image. Maybe you can see it there. And we're going to go ahead and adhere this to our card base. Mac is at my grandson's basketball game tonight, and he only plays Monday. So one of these Monday nights, I'm gonna probably have to pre-record it and go to his game. I want to see him play this year. So, all right, so we've got that on there. And then we're going to take a piece of that beautiful Country Gingham Designer Series paper. It's 4 3/4 by 3.5, and I'm using the Sweet Sorbet, this right here. And I'm going to wrap a piece of white, our white organdy ribbon around that and tie a bow. And that's this right here. This is in the annual catalog. Hey, Lisa. And we're gonna, just to help hold that while I'm tying that bow, I am going to use some seal. And if you have trouble getting your seal to start, just start it on the silicone mat. The silicone mat is one of Stampin' Up's products. And I'm going to go across the middle of the back and just to help hold my ribbon on there while I'm tying the bow. Also, you guys, I wanted to tell you, some of you know that going forward, my Stampin' in the Valley that was at the Legion is going to be here in my studio at my home. Just because Mac and we're having trouble gracefully taking down and setting up tables and chairs and hauling everything down to the Legion. I love the facility. And I didn't mind paying to use it because it's just beautiful, but it got to be a bit much for us old folks, trying to haul stuff down there and set it up. So anyways, the next one is January 14th here at my home, and I'm excited about having people here. I have a nice setup for it, and I'll look forward to seeing you. If you're coming, let me know for sure. I've been ordering padded chairs and a couple extra tables, so we'll be all set to go. And that'll be fun. Okay, so I've got my bow tied, and I'm going to just make these a little shorter. Hey, Chris. Nice to see you girls on there. All right, so there's the bow. And I got my trash can covered up here. Did everybody have a happy new year? Did anybody stay up to watch the ball drop? We did not. We did not stay up. Okay, so we've got that on there, and we're gonna go ahead and adhere this to our card. We're gonna center it. And I'm gonna use glue just because this is embossed and it'll adhere better with the liquid glue. And this is Stampin' Up's liquid glue, and I have just put it into a fine tip glue bottle. I really like these. I gotten them on Amazon, and I get more glue. It doesn't get as plugged as fast, and I like the fine tip. makes the glue go a little farther. All right, so we've got that on there. So we've got 2 layers on there. Rosalie, you went to bed at 11. Oh, Lisa, you did good. In fact, I think I saw your post on Facebook about with you and Tom. It was cute. All right, so we've got those layers on. Now we're going to cut another piece we're going to use the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper. This is 4 1/8 by 2 7/8. And this is right here, the pretty flower pattern. And we're going to adhere this to a piece of sweet sorbet. And the sweet sorbet is 4 1/4 by 3. And I love this blue on the back here too. And it's got tiny little white hearts on it. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of hard to tell on the camera. All right, so the red is just a fine edge around there, around that, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and put this on over our other layers. We're gonna center it on. Just like that. And I better stand up so I can see. This is centered. Maybe up just a little here. Okay. And now, hold that. That's one thing I like about the glue is you can move things around a little bit. There. All right. And I've got glue on my fingers I gotta wipe off here. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is I die cut a circle using the 3rd largest circle from the Stylish Shapes dies. And I'll show you those dies. I actually have 2 sets of these because I do a lot of die cutting and but this is one set. And if you don't have these are just a basic, wonderful set to have. And I use this die right here, the 3rd largest circle one. I don't know if I can get that or not. Come on. This one right here. All right. And I die cut a circle. And they're nice because it has a stitched edge all the way around. So there's our circle. Okay. And we're gonna punch some of those hearts and leaves from that Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper using our Country Bouquet punch. And I cut out a piece right here. So what did I do with, oh, here's a punch. Now, you'll see I really don't have much to hang on to move it around. So when that happens, you can take a piece of Post-it or a Post-it note and just grab one side of it like that. And then you can move it around in the punch where you want it, line it up easily where you want it to punch. And you might get a little bit of your Post-it in there, but you can just take it off when you're done. All right, so we have our little pieces here. And I'm going to go ahead and put them on my circle. We'll move them around here. And I'm going to use a little bit of glue here. And we're going to kind of put them sideways, the heart. Oh, I forgot to put these in there. I was going to put these coming out from underneath. Let's see if we can still stick them under there. I think so. There's one. Here's the other one. Okay, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue right here. All right. And we're going to add this little pink heart, and we're going to pop it on with a dimensional. And the large dimensionals will fit. These are little pieces of raised up foam that whatever you put them on, it raises up and gives it dimension. So, and as Jeannie Andrews says, they are elevators. Okay. And we're going to put our little pink heart probably about like that. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this on my card right about there. I could put it here. Maybe I will put it up by the bow right there. And I'm not using dimensionals because I already have a dimensional on the one heart. And if you mail it, it ends up being kind of bulky. All right, so we're that far with this. Hey, Melissa, nice to see you on there. And then we have one more thing to add. Now this card, you can see I did it lower down here. And I think I'd like it up there in the middle, just as something different. So we're going to go ahead and do our little label here. And I have already done that label because my heat tool will not reach over here. But I'm going to tell you what I did. Okay. So I will show you. This again is cut with the Stylish Shapes dies, the little banner. And this is a Sweet Sorbet cardstock. And you're gonna take your embossing buddy. Let me grab that so you can see what it is. Okay, so this is the embossing buddy, and it has a powder in it. And what it does is it takes the static out of wherever you are going to put embossing powder on. It helps keep it from flying all over in places you don't want it on there. And then we're going to take our little sentiment. Let me grab a different one here. And what did I do with the stamp set? Okay, I've hidden it somewhere on myself. Well, I know it's right here, you guys. Well, that is just funny. Okay, we'll pretend this is a stamp I'm using. And I'll see it in a minute here. I've got something on it. So you're going to use Versamark ink, which is a clear ink. And you're going to just stamp it on there. And then you take your embossing powder and pour over it, tap it off and heat it up. And you'll see that powder raise up and form those beautiful words like that. So, sorry, I got flustered with not seeing where the stamp set is. And I know it's right here. All right, so moving on. The mysterious stamp set. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on. I think I will put the dimensionals on this because it will be the same as height as that. And again, the large ones will fit on there. They just fit. Okay, and I'm going to put 3. 1, 2, and 3. Mark, Happy New Year. And we're going to peel the backing off. Okay, and that's little banner's going to go right on there like that. Is that straight? Yep, I think it is. And let's add some gems to this. And these gems are the pastel adhesive backed sequins. And I think I used gold on the other one. Let's try pink on this one. Whoops, I don't want that up there. We lost our stickiness. One, two, and let's see, let's put the third one over here. All right, so there's the front of our card. And now for the inside piece, I have a piece of basic white that's 5 1/4 by 4, and even though it is white in there, I always like to put an inside piece in just to add weight, and I just think makes it nicer. Sometimes I'll put make this the colored one and use a white that's 5 by 3 3/4. And I have a piece of that Country Lane Designer Series paper that's 4 by, this looks like 3/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to jazz this up a little bit. Put this on the bottom of that. And a little adhesive. Well, we're glad you got on, Margaret. You know, last week I had technical difficulties and I was hoping and praying I wasn't going to this week. All right, so there's our first card. And again, these cards you can get, these card kits you would get free if you place an order of $35 or more in my online store and use the host code. I will put the host code in an embedded link below if anyone's interested. And then if your order is $50 or more, I will send you these lovely adhesive back gems with your kits. All right, so the card number 1. Card number 2 is a little like clothesline of hearts. Not really, but it reminds me of a clothesline of hearts. So we're going to start with Sweet Sorbet card base. This is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. And it's either folded in half or scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to do this side too. Okay. So now we're going to use a piece of petal pink. Thanks, Margaret. And the petal pink is 5 1/4 by 4. We're going to go ahead and layer it onto this card base. Let's see if I can get this going. And we're going to center that. Right there. All right, the next step is, excuse me. We're going to cut a piece of Sweet Sorbet cardstock that's 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. And we're going to center this on the card. Okay. And yeah, I know what you mean, Margaret. I like this though because you can use it for birthdays and that kind of thing too. And it's so like countryish. The paper reminds me of like Dutch Dutch country, like in Pennsylvania, that kind of thing. Culture. Okay, so now we're going to cut a piece, or I already cut a piece of the Country Gingham Designer Series papers, 1 by 5 1/4. And we're going to go all the way across the center of that card. And that is right here. Oh, isn't that pretty? Pretty, pretty. Whoops. All right. So we're going to go across this center, just like that. And then we have a piece of, we're going back to a piece of basic white cardstock. And this is, let's see, 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. That is not it. I can tell you there. Oh, here it is. And then I have a piece of balmy blue, and the balmy blue is 4 by 3. And we're gonna go ahead and um, add this to the white. And we're going to have just a little bit of an edge there. Or all of the white all the way around. I should clarify. All right. Now we're going to add a piece of that gingham ribbon again. And this one is gingham designer series paper. This is 1 by 4. All right. And this is going to go right across that center. Sometimes it's hard to tell exactly if it's straight or not. All right, before we put this on our base, we're gonna take a piece of this new ribbon. I love it. It is beautiful balmy blue and white. And I think this is in the new bundle that's in the new mini catalog with the ocean stamps, and there's a bird and all that good stuff. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just make some tails, and you guys have probably seen me do this before. So I'm going to cut a piece that's longer than my base. I need to trim that. Well, I guess it won't matter. It's not going to show. All right, and this ribbon is officially called Balmy Blue and White 1/2 inch ribbon, and it's really thin, like seam binding. Yeah, I like the hearts too, Margaret. All right, so I want tails on this end of this layer here. And I'm gonna take my ribbon and I'm gonna use my take your pick tool. I'm gonna wrap that ribbon around it. There it is. So I want the tails on this end. And you want something that's you want something round because it's easier to slide it off and on. And I'm just going to tie a knot, not super tight, because I want to be able to slide this off this easily. Okay. So I'm going to pull this off. Let's go, this end is thinner. See what I mean? All right. And then I'm going to cut this, and this is going to be these are going to be our tails right here. All right. I'm just going to pull those. I'm going to pull that too. And I'm going to trim this jagged edge off each of these. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I want it to be right on the edge of this right here. And so I'm going to take my seal and just lay it across here like this. I'm going to put this right where I want it and pull this around just to hold it. And so we've got this pretty ribbon on the center here. And then I'm going to go ahead and center on my card. Whoops. I'm trying to use up, I have a lot of seal and I'm trying to use it up. So that's why I am using it tonight. All right. And I'm going to center this right. So this paper here lines up with my other gingham designer series paper. Okay. And you can see it's down just a tad, but I'm going to leave it there. All right, now let's make our hearts for the center of that. And we're going to stamp, do some stamping. I'm bringing in my piercing mat, which is pretty grubby looking. Because with photopolymer stamps, you get a better image if you are stamping on something kind of cushy. All right, so first we're going to stamp in Sweet Sorbet. And actually, I'm going to pull this end up here. This heart's cool too because it has little stripes on it, which I really like. Going across it. And it's supposed to kind of look like that. I'm going to bring this in and punch these out. All right, so there's a large red or sorbet and a small one. And then we're going to do a set of petal pink. So I'm going to wipe my stamp off. And bring in the petal pink. Oh, thanks, Ian. I can't think. I'm trying to think who. Might have been Connie Stewart that I saw her do that. It just is a great way to make those tails. All right, so there's our petal pink. And we're going to punch those. I didn't like it at first that the two hearts are attached on the stamp, but I'll show you what I'm going to do because I only want to stamp one heart on the next two things. I'm just going to cover that small one. And you can try even not even just inking up the larger one and letting your ink not hit the smaller one. You can try doing that too. That's kind of hard, and I don't have really good luck doing that. All right, we need one large heart from Floral Designer Series paper. So there's that one. And I'm going to stamp. There's an image in the stamp set that's just the outline of a heart, and I want one of those. So we'll do this sweet sorbet, sweet sorbet. And let's see, let's put them up here a little bit. And I want to stamp that out. Okay. Move these little pieces. And I want to stamp my sentiment on this heart. So let's go with this says with love, and we'll use the sweet sorbet. Let's see if it'll fit on here. I think it will. Yep. All right, I'm going to close this up. Oh, I forgot to do, sorry, my chair's caught in my rug here. I can take this out now. I'm going to put some white twine around that bow. I forgot to do that or the tails there. So I'm just gonna, I've got a long piece here because I like to do double bows. I'm just gonna slide it underneath. Got it so tight there. Okay, and tie a bow. Pretending the two strands are one strand. Just adds a little bit of extra interest to it. Nope, I lost that. Let's try it again. Loop, go around there. And we'll make these kind of loopy and big. All right. Yeah, now this is going to be held down because we're going to put a heart there. We're going to start with our pink heart towards our tails. And I'm just going to put it on there with glue, flat. I'm going to slide it over as far as I can. And hold it a minute to stick down. And grab that paper. Okay, so then I'm going to put my other floral heart right about here. I'm going to lay out how I want these to go. I think about like this, okay? So the other one that I'm going to glue down is this one. Right here. And we're going to add dimensionals to the back of this. I've got some ink here I'm going to close up. Whoops. I'm going to put 3 dimensionals on it. Okay, so this heart, I'm going to tip a little bit towards the right. And then let's do this one. I was tried embossing this blue piece. I thought, well, maybe it would be pretty with some texture on it, and it might. I I didn't like it, so I liked it better plain. But maybe it was the embossing folder too that I didn't particularly like on it. So we'll put that one like that. Now we're going to add our two small hearts, and this one we're going to add maybe up like that on the pink one. And this one we're going to add I'm putting glue just on the left side of that. And I'm going to add to the bottom of this heart on the end here. And let's add a few gems to this. Let's go with blue. Let's see what the blue will look like. Yeah. Let's put one down here. And maybe one right there. And let's do our inside piece. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll show you. Oh, I didn't do it on that one. So I would just add a piece of probably the blue gingham along the inside, the white piece for the inside. I'm not going to do that right now because of time. And let's go to the next card. So the next card I really like, it's called a Fun Fold Flap card. And I have seen these on Facebook or Pinterest or wherever, but I just made it up myself. I've seen pictures, but I didn't look at anybody's really to look at the dimensions. So for this one, we have a piece of thick basic white cardstock. And this is 8¼ by 4¼ It's scored at 5½ on the long side. All right. And again, if you want the tutorial for this and the card kits, you just have to place an order of $35 or more in my online store. I'll send you the tutorial and the kits for 2 of each of these cards for 6 cards. The kits include all the different papers, the die cuts that aren't a part of the Country Bouquet bundle, but the punching, or you could fussy cut and you'll need to do yourself, and you'll need ink and adhesive and a stamp set. And you could do it with another stamp set if you don't have this stamp set. All right, so I'm going to cut 2 pieces of designer series paper, and this is from the Country Lane designer series paper that are 4 by 2½. All right, I'll pull them out of my magic box here. You can find them. Here they are. All right. And there's those pretty cute little blue hearts. Let's add these on here. We're going to put one on this front left flap here, right like this, and center it. And then we're going to put one on the inside here. You wouldn't have to. You could leave this plain if you wanted to write some extra message, or I have seen people use this design to put a little gift card holder. That's for another day. But then we have another large piece that's 5¼ by 4. We're going to put on the inside. And this is the pretty, I love the bicycles. And this is going to go on the inside here. And what's nice about this card is that we're going to create a little flap that is going to hold this shut. So, we have, let's do our little corner flap. I have a piece of white cardstock, that's 2.5 by 2.5. It's a square. It is right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that on the diagonal. I've got my trimmer right here. And I'm going to put one tip up here and one tip down here. And cut that just like that. And we are then going to cut a piece of designer series paper that is 2.25 by 2.25 to layer on this. And I've already done that. And when you do this, you're going to want to, I like it to bring this long side all the way to the edge of the white. So this edge is about the same as the edge on the inside of the card. And we're going to put glue on this and put this down here like that. All right, so now we're going to put this on our corner here. Do not put glue on this side. I'm only telling you that because I've done it. Because you can't get your flap under there. That edge needs to be open to hold the flap, to hold the card shut. All right, so I've only got glue here and here. This is no glue, glue-free zone right here. Okay. All right, now we're going to create our little front, and I have a die cut with it from the scallop contour dies. The rectangle die cut. I'll show you which one it was. And again, this, if you get the kit, this will be already die cut for you in the kit. It's this one right here. So it's like the third largest one. That's a great set. I have 2 pieces of basic white cardstock that are what are they? They're 2 by 3.25 inches. So it's gonna fit nicely right inside there. And this is for the inside of our card. All right, but first we're gonna stamp this. And I'm using the heart stamp again. And I want to stamp in balmy blue. So I'm gonna bring that over. Here it is. All right, so I'm just gonna cover this with a Post-it. Or you could use tape. Either will work. So I don't ink that up. And then I'm going to ink my heart up. We'll see how it stamps without a cushion on there. Make sure you take this off before you stamp or you're going to get ink where you don't want it. And we're going to stamp right up here. Okay, not too bad. I'm going to take my little, my punch. I'm going to close this up before I start wearing it. And I'm going to punch out some little hearts. Let's go with, I gotta grab a little piece of designer series paper. How about a piece of this red right here? And let's see if we can, I'm gonna break a piece of this off so I'm not punching the whole big sheet. And I want my, see if I can reach it down into here. Because I want my, oops, I want my hearts going this way. Come on. There we go. So we've got one little red heart on there. And then I want one out of some of the pink paper. Let's use this. And, oh, got paper in there. Move that out. I still have paper in there. Okay. I think we're done with that. And I want like that pink flower on there. Okay. We got them. And we'll set these pieces aside for another project. Here's our little flower. And before I put those on, I'm going to stamp the sentiment. It says, just wanted to say, okay, you guys, now I'm looking for the stamp set. I'm going to grab another. Oh, here it is. Actually, let's do with love since it's right here. And I can't find the stamp set. It's got to be right here. I've set it right here somewhere. Looking on the floor. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to stamp with love right there, like that. And let's add this little heart right here, kind of up here. Actually, you know what? I don't like that because I'm going to turn it over actually and use that. Because you can't really see the outline because there was too much white on it. And let's put a dimensional on the back of this. I think it'll fit on there. Okay. And now we can put this on here. And it will fit, this size will fit right inside the little stitching on this tag. Now, the sticky stuff on here. I'm going to take my embossing buddy and it will take care of that. The powder from it. All right, so we're going to bring our card base back in. Thanks, Anne. Now I'm gonna put it where I want it on the, oh, I forgot to add the ribbon. Well, we'll add it on the side. I had a ribbon tied around this and tied on the side before I put this on. I forgot to do that. All right, so I want this, just this tip of this to slide under there like that. And you're gonna lay it down first and figure out where you want it. Then I'm gonna hold that, but I'm gonna put glue on the back here. And you just wanna go on this end. You don't want to put glue on the back of this end because then it'll be stuck to your card. All right, so we're going to use some more of that. Actually, I think I'll use, there's I think I'll use that blue ribbon again. I'm just going to tie a bow. I've got glue on my fingers, so let's see if I can manage without everything sticking. Okay. This ribbon makes such beautiful bows. Let's pull that just a tad more, okay? And there, and there. Let's put this, that's kind of pretty like that, on the corner there. All right, so on this one, I've got it on the side, but I think I like that too. Yeah, I think right there. And glue dots. We need a glue dot. Put him right there. Oh, good grief. Come on. And how about some gems? Let's go with the gold on this one. Thanks, Margaret. There. Now for the inside, there's something stuck there. We have a piece of that same size of white. I think it was 3¼ by 2. And we have a piece of sweet sorbet that's 3 3/8 by 2 1/8. And we're gonna mount this on that. And this will be for our inside sentiment. This would be pretty with the petal pink too, if you did the petal pink instead of the red. Now, when you put your inside piece in, you want to make sure it won't show when your card is closed. Move that just a little bit. And so that's like that, and you just tuck that under there like that. So we have this card, and I think I would actually like these gems over here, but I'm not going to move that right now. We've got that one. We have this one here. Move that out of the way. And our third card is this one right there. So I hope you've enjoyed these. I hope you have a good rest of the week, and I'll have a link if you're interested in ordering the kits for these cards. Thanks, Mom. And oh, Lindsay, hi. My niece, Lindsay. Oh, it's nice to see you on there. Well, ladies, it's so a pleasure to have all of you, and thank you so much for hanging out with me for the past hour. And I hope you have a great week. Take care. I'm going to sign off.